Are good. So this will hopefully be the last stream we do with this particular camera. I've been using the camera on my phone, and late last week, I think it was over the weekend actually, ordered a for reals proper like video camera, which should be so much better. I can like zoom in on detail work. It'll be good. So yeah. Unfortunately it didn't come in early enough for me to get it set up today. It should come in this Friday, so I should have it ready to go for next week. So that'll be good. In the meanwhile, we get to continue with the Providence Gundam here. We are getting started on the legs. We just got these little bits done last time, so we will continue. Guess that goes to here. Okay, so we are starting here. These little bits are in the front. Okay. Okay, Ren. Here we go. Okay, let's see. We need F and A. Here's A. It's F1. We need both Fs. F2. Okay, we need A24. And F19 from each runner. So that's this one. Here we go. So we need to put these together first, okay? Welcome back, Ren. I try extra hot today. It's pretty warm here too. It's not as hot as it I think would usually be, but yeah, I maybe made a small mistake walking home from the doctor today. So as an update, I suppose, I went to the doctor today to see if I could get a diagnosis for ADHD or ADD or whatever. And I should have guessed, I should have expected this. I just got sent home with some questionnaires. couple of packets to fill out to help get a diagnosis. So I'll have to get those filled out. Approaching 90 in here. Wait, in here is in like in your house? 'Cause that's way too hot. Oh, I'm sorry, Ren. Yeah, that's really hot. Hi, Nikki. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me get you a shout out. Yeah, it's coming along really well. I'm pretty happy with it so far. How was your stream? How's Farm Together? I don't think I've heard of that one. For those coming in off Nikki's stream, my name is Maia. We do comfy casual streams with video games, art, and model builds. Tonight we are working on Master Grade Providence Gundam. You can also check out our webcomic, which we publish every 2 weeks. If you so choose, I would appreciate it. It's okay, but not a very good stream game. That's definitely fair. That's how I feel about I'm not very good at streaming like Stardew Valley. Like, it's a good game, but I don't like streaming it because I'm not very good at like keeping it entertaining. Oh, actually, oh dear. So, regulars would know that I picked up a wind synth a few weeks ago at this point. And, I've been practicing. It's a game with real-time timers for stuff, so a lot of it is waiting around. And keeps moving when you aren't playing in it, though. Oh, I see. I'm gonna have to take a look at that, actually. I've been looking for games to just play on my downtime. And that might work. I'll have to take a look at that and see if I think I'd like it. But anyway, yeah, I got this, wind synth. And I've been practicing. And, okay, now watch me mess up now that I try and play this on stream. Let's see, how's the volume on this? Oh, okay. Well, now I need to wait for this. But anyway, yeah. I've been practicing, been working on, getting the main theme for Final Fantasy IX. I feel like I've got it down pretty well. I'll wait for this before I start. No, it's okay. I just can't play while other music is playing. Okay. Let me give this a try. Again though, how's the volume on this? Is the volume okay? Volume's good, decent? Okay. Give this a try. Yeah, I messed up a couple of notes there. But I did pretty okay. Um, actually, I wonder if it is in the wrong octave. Um, I'm not sure if that's the right octave or not. But anyway, yes, I've been practicing that. I wish I could have like a camera facing the thing so you could watch me hit the keys. But yeah, that's what I've been working on in my off time. And it's been a lot of fun. I just need to learn more songs now. That's the only one I know like really well. I've got sheet music for a bunch of others though, so I need to practice some other ones. Now that I'm getting back into practice. Okay, let's see. Maybe as I learn more songs, I can set it up as a redeem. Have like a list of songs that you can request. That would be fun. Pardon me. In there. Oh, I had that part upside down. Okay. But that would be a lot of fun. Have like a list of songs that can be requested. Just need to get a camera or something. And get it set up in a way to not risk doing an accidental face reveal. Okay, we need A23. Speaking of my face. Flawless segue. I went to the doctor today, and nurse comes out, calls me back. and goes, you know, come right over here, miss. Because, you know, she wanted to get my weight and vitals and stuff, but I was just sort of like, I'm glad that I look like a miss, and B, I'm glad you think I'm young enough to be called miss. It's actually the first time I've been called miss. I've been called ma'am a few times. But that was the first time I've been called miss. And I'll admit, I'm pretty happy about it. Let's see, this needs to go... here by the looks of it. Oh geez. Open-backed headphone strikes again. This next track started playing and I thought it was coming from my phone. And I was like, that's not any of my alert noises. What's going on? Also, again, good news for those who are annoyed by the camera flickering that happens with this camera. I am getting a new camera. It should fix that problem. I just noticed it out of the corner of my eye. I haven't been able to figure out what's causing that, so... the new camera should fix it. You're used to it. It really bugs me. I tried a few things, like I tried resetting the cable. I could not figure out what's causing it. Yeah, I have a proper camcorder on order. I should be getting it later this week. And it's actually something I need to plug into my capture card as opposed to like being USB. So that should resolve several issues actually. Probably the camera. It could be. I haven't left the camera running like on its own to see if it does a like on the camera itself. But yeah, either way, the new camera should fix it. Okay, let's see. This goes... in here. If I can get... I can get these pegs lined up. Does this need to actually, like, hang on. Go all the way in? Feels like it's just sort of floating around in there, and that doesn't seem right. There we go. Okay, yeah, it does snap in. Just take some fiddling. Okay. That means this one we need to... come on. Here we go. Okay, there's the bases, and we need T16. Here we go. So we need 16 off of each one. These are really big feet, actually. Like, I know this model is big, but, like, I'm not sure I was ready for just how big it is. It's still not as big as Sahelanthropus, though, I don't think. Which I'm looking forward to putting together. That thing, I think, stands like 14 inches tall. It's enormous. I don't think it's even gonna fit on my shelves. I'm gonna have to stick it on the top of the bookcase or something. Okay. So, let's see. I think we'll go ahead and panel line these. And then start working on the next parts. God, jeez. Why am I getting so many notifications tonight? I forgot to set my phone to do not disturb. Let's see. We're gonna need to use the pour type in here. Potentially here as well. No, we can get in there. Okay. Let's see, I'm probably just gonna use the pour type on the bottom as well. So, okay, do the same thing on this one. Okay. Okay, there's that one. I'll let it dry upside down. I really do need to get my hands on another pour type marker. Keep putting it off because I don't want to order just the marker. I'd be spending more on shipping than the marker costs. These markers are like, I don't know, $3 or $4. They're not that expensive. But then it's like $10 to ship. Actually, now that I say that, I got a free trial of Amazon Prime. I wonder if I could just get a marker that way. Probably. I'll look into that. Okay, we will let these dry. Okay, so next we need a the Sonic 3 and Knuckles soundtrack. I remember when I was younger, there was a rumor floating around that Michael Jackson composed some of the music for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And at the time, that's all it was. It was just a rumor. And then it wound up getting confirmed much later. Okay, J52. I don't remember exactly why he wound up going uncredited. I think it was because he wasn't happy with how the Genesis made the music sound or something. Or maybe that's just another rumor, I'm not sure. Okay, I need J42. But, you can actually kind of pick out which ones are his even. There's actually a couple other tracks in there that are from other artists. And one of them is just straight up a song off of an album. I forget which one it is. I want to say it's Ice Cap Zone's theme. But I forget the name of the original track. 53. Okay, here we go. The group name, the Jetsons, comes to mind, but I forget the name of the actual track. There's like a whole documentary somewhere on like the musical origins of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's actually pretty interesting. I do still find myself kind of wishing that Sega hadn't dropped the ball so much. They regularly shot themselves in the foot. And it really hampered their ability to properly compete. Which is a shame, because I grew up with a Sega Genesis. And I thought it was really cool. Like, there were some really good games. I find myself wishing I also had a Super Nintendo. Because I feel like there's more good games on the Super Nintendo. But, part of Sega's problem was, like, being too reactive. Like, they would see Nintendo do something and, try to jump out in front of them, basically. And it never turned out as good. And then their whole, like, console development after the Genesis was a mess. Because, like, they would, they did the Sega CD, which was fine. And then the 32X, which was less fine, and the 32X kind of tried to compete with the Saturn almost, kind of. It was a mess. I remember the Saturn actually being a fairly decent system. I didn't own one personally, but I did have a friend who had one. And we played a few games on it. There were, actually don't remember too many of the games. He had Gex, which I don't think was a Saturn exclusive. He had Sonic 3D Blast. There was like a Sonic collection thing that was kind of interesting. It was sort of a Sonic All-Stars type thing, where it was just like a bunch of the Sonic games on Saturn. Saturn didn't really get its own Sonic game. On a Saturn with an arcade stick. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was an okay system. I mean, I didn't own one, so it's not like I got to spend a lot of time with it, but the time I got to spend with it at a friend's place, it seemed like an okay system. I'm not completely familiar with its game library. So that could be one of the reasons why it didn't perform as well, because from what I understand it didn't perform very well. But yeah, they had a Sonic game planned for it. Okay, Ren. I think it was called Sonic Extreme or something. But it was like a 2.5D Sonic game with weird stuff going on. Which wound up getting cancelled because of Sega's usual you know, aforementioned shooting themselves in the foot. Let's see. This needs to go, so this is kind of facing up and out a little bit. This goes on the other side. Maybe one of these days, I need to do a full playthrough of Legend of Legaia. I started a playthrough on the Discord. I never got around to finishing it. I should go ahead and just stream the full game at some point. Because it's a pretty good JRPG. The speedrun for that game is wild. Basically what they found out is you can do some memory manipulation using different save files, and the speedrun rules are set up so that so long as the beginning and end occur on the same save file, you're fine. And so you start a new game on one save file, play a certain ways, jump to a different save file, do some stuff. It messes with the memory on the other save file. You go over to that same other save file and you've skipped a bunch of the game. I think that's roughly how it worked. I would have to watch the speedrun again. Oh, ice cream sounds good. Welcome back, Ren. I actually have some frozen yogurt upstairs. Okay, let's see, we need 35. Yeah, I was tempted to get an ice cream bar when I was at the truck stop earlier today. But I knew it would melt before I got home. So, wound up settling for a chocolate pie instead. And it did not agree with me. It was much too sweet. Ooh, that would actually be a really fun, I want to see if there's any, like, significant glitches in Legend of Legaia. I know of one, kind of. There's an item that you're only supposed to get if you get up to a certain level. But you can skip that requirement with a glitch. You can kind of like clip through the guard that's supposed to keep you from progressing. And open the door anyway. Like the door itself isn't locked or anything. They just stuck an NPC out in front that you're not supposed to be able to walk through, but you can if you're persistent. I don't need to worry about those. I'm sure there's gotta be other glitches in that game, but that's the only one I'm like immediately aware of. Because I wasn't like specifically looking for glitches when I was researching that game. But doing a glitched run of it would be fun. Assuming there are glitches to take care of, to take advantage of. I was watching the Phantasy Star Online speedrun, and I'm like, oh, surely that game would take like 2 or 3 hours at least, right? And like the world record is like, I think it's less than an hour. And I was like, okay, show me how you did this, because that's ridiculous. So I'm watching the speedrun, and the guy is like, okay, the first thing we're gonna do is take advantage of this glitch that lets us equip more than one weapon. And he equips like 20 swords. And then he basically just like parades through the game and one-shots everything. And it's just like, oh, I see. Unfortunately, the glitch he took advantage of only works in the original Dreamcast release. It does not work on Blue Burst. So if I wanted to do a glitched Phantasy Star Online run, I would need to play the original Dreamcast release, which wouldn't be too hard to do, I don't think. I don't presently own a Dreamcast. The one I had wasn't in great shape. I mean, it worked, but I did wind up getting rid of it. Can't remember if I kept the games or not. I'll have to dig through my box. Maybe that'll be the next thing I save up for, as a shelf to stick my games on so I can get them out of my closets. I'm not sure if I have it anymore. I don't think I do, but I did at one point wind up with a 32X. I don't think I had any games with it. I think it came in like a bundle of other things. That thing's a little bit of a nightmare. It is not easy to set up. And then I think I wound up finding out that the style of Genesis that I owned was not intended for the 32X, so I had to do some like extra fiddling to get it to hook up correctly. It was a pain. Okay, let's see. This goes up here first. And then this goes down here. Okay. I had a friend in middle school, or no, I was in elementary school, well, who had actually it was his older brother, had a Sega CD, and had Sonic CD, and I desperately wanted to play, because it was relatively new at the time. I only was like aware of Sonic CD. I'd never gotten to play it before. And he did not allow me to play Sega Sonic CD. I was very disappointed. See, we need 27 and 28. After that point, let's see. I think I got it for like Christmas or something. I had been given the PC port of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And, oh boy. The actual port itself was fine, but they no longer had license to some of the music, particularly the Michael Jackson tracks. And, the music they stuck in was not very well rendered. I wound up hearing the what the tracks were supposed to sound like, because they did up some beta tracks for those stages on the Genesis, and then swapped them out when they got the Michael Jackson music, and also Jetsons. And a beta of the game got leaked at some point, which had the original music on it. The version that got ported to PC was kind of terrible. I didn't like it. But then after listening to what it was supposed to sound like on the Sega Genesis, it actually was pretty well composed. It just didn't sound very good in MIDI format. Like there were entire like parts of the music that just they cut out for the PC release. But on Genesis, it sounded really good. Okay, let's see. This goes. Okay, this one goes first. Here. Yeah, okay. That is correct. Actually, I think the version that sounded best. Someone took the beta version and I guess kind of fleshed it out a little bit using the Sega Genesis as kind of like this is what it could have sounded like if they finished it kind of thing. I think that's what it was. And that one sounded pretty good. But yeah, the version that saw a PC release was just abysmal. Because whether it was to like keep the game size down, which was probably the biggest reason, to be honest, or something. They were using MIDI for all the music in there, and it did not sound good. Same reason the PC port of like Final Fantasy 7 and 8, like the original 90s PC port, just didn't sound good. It was all MIDI music, just did not do the music justice. Hi Laurel, we're doing okay. How are you? Oh, did I put this on the right direction? I did. Okay, jeez. I wasn't even paying attention. That's good. So I went to the doctor's office earlier today to hopefully get something done for ADHD. I should have seen this coming. Got sent home with some questionnaires to answer. So I've got a follow-up appointment here in a couple of weeks to go over those questionnaires. And hopefully he'll figure something out. I am. Thank you. Yeah, I've been struggling with what I assume is ADD or ADHD or whatever my whole life. It's been really annoying. I could get a lot more work done if I could just sit down and work. They make meds that aren't stimulants for ADHD, probably get one of those. He mentioned that, but he also mentioned that he prefers to try the stimulants first, which I'm fine with. We'll see what happens. Where's 20? Oh, it's F20. That's a good point. Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this guy seems like a pretty good doctor. Like, you know, he was basically just like, yeah, it sounds like it is ADD or whatever. Yeah, ADD or ADHD, but we'll, you know, double check, make sure. I told him that my family has a history of it. And, so he was like, yeah, then it probably is. But, yeah, he wants me to do the questionnaires anyway, just to be sure. Aren't they, though? He actually asked me if caffeine helps me focus, and I was like, I don't know, I never really paid attention. I'm like, I guess I can try some coffee in the afternoon and see. Yeah, see, I mentioned to him that, like, I never really paid attention, but I am most focused in the morning after I've had my morning coffee. And I'm like, but I've been drinking coffee in the morning for so long, I'm not sure if I would be better, like, if I'm worse off without it or not. So I mentioned, like, I would give a coffee in the afternoon a try and just see if that helps. And like if it does, like if I can get by with like just coffee, then hey, I'm willing to do that. Gives me an excuse to enjoy an afternoon coffee, I guess. Just prescribed caffeine. Well, he recommended trying it. So, yeah, kind of. I mean, caffeine is a lot easier than the other, like the controlled medications. So, yeah, if that works, may as well go with that. I love coffee, but I drink it just because it tastes good. Like caffeine doesn't like wake me up or anything. I just like the taste of coffee. Caffeine used to do nothing for you, then after some meds just can't handle it at all, don't know what happened. Yeah, when I drink coffee, I only need like a little bit of creamer. I don't even add extra sugar. If I get the ratio just right, it tastes like chocolate almost. It's really good. Part of it has to do with like the type of coffee and where it comes from and stuff. I have noticed like a significant taste difference between like the cheap coffees and the better coffees. The really good coffees, like I barely need any creamer at all. Okay, we need this one. And here. The funny thing is, like, the coffee that I've been drinking, I wouldn't even necessarily describe it as bitter. Like, I've definitely had coffee that isn't good. Looking at you, Starbucks. I will call that out. I had Starbucks coffee exactly once, and I never went back. Yeah, it's literally burnt. I forgot to stick a piece in here. I need to pull it apart again. But I get my coffee from a local roaster. So local it's run out of a couple's house. And that coffee's been pretty good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's been really nice actually, 'cause if you live in town, if you order in the morning, like before noon or something, they just drive by and drop off the bag of coffee. They don't even charge extra to do it. And it's not like absurdly expensive coffee. It's like $13 for a 12-ounce bag. So it's been really nice. Their customer service has been amazing too. There was one time I ordered something and they were like, "Oh, we did a show and we forgot to update the inventory, so we're out of that flavor of coffee." It lasts me 2 months. Those bags go stale before I'm finished with them. But yeah, they like called me and was like, we actually don't have that flavor. Like here's a couple of other origins we have. Do you want one of those instead? And I'm like, I'm really not that picky, so I just picked one at random. Do I put them in the freezer? No, I I leave them in the package they come in and just set them on the cupboard. But when she came by to drop off the coffee, she included a free bag. So I got the one bag that I ordered plus another free one as like a sorry for the inconvenience, and I'm like, I was barely inconvenienced though. Oh, I order it pre-ground. I don't actually own a coffee grinder. I used to, but I haven't been able to get myself to go buy a grinder. I'll have to look that up and see if that actually helps though, because that would be interesting if it did. Because one of my favorite things is like when you barely get the fresh bag of coffee, it was like roasted and ground that day. And it's got the most wonderful smell coming out of it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't really like the noise it makes. And it's just like a little bit it's like more expense basically. And I didn't notice it make that much of a difference, so the coffee I get is like roasted and ground recently enough that the only reason it goes stale is because it takes me 2 months to drink the whole thing. No, if I find out that coffee in the afternoon actually does help my ADD, that would be one benefit. My coffee won't go stale. Okay, let's see. Need 24. Oh, my thumb was covering the number. No wonder I couldn't find it. So, Bed Bath & Beyond, they must have been like really desperate to get me back as a customer because they just like gave me like $70 of store credit out of nowhere. And I used it to buy a, I used it to buy a single serve coffee maker. And it made some of the worst coffee. It was like this fancy expensive thing that was only technically free because Bed Bath & Beyond was floundering and trying to get me to buy things. And I wound up going to Walmart. I wound up going to Walmart and buying like a $20 like Mr. Coffee maker, and it makes much better coffee. The thing that annoyed me most about that like expensive but technically free coffee maker I got from Bed Bath & Beyond is that it used a reusable filter. Now, I had used that type of coffee maker before, and I didn't have any problems with it. I used it for quite a long time. But this one, like, for some reason, the finer coffee grounds would, like, go through the filter mesh and wind up as, like, the sediment at the bottom of the cup. And it took me a while to like get used to this weird aftertaste it gave the coffee. And then I finally got tired of it and just like bought a cheap coffee maker from Walmart, and it's much better. And I just sort of sat there thinking like, can I get a refund on my free item? Like, can I get my store credit back? It'd been like a year though, so I don't think I would be able to, even if I asked. If you recall, Bed Bath & Beyond is dead now. They got bought out by Overstock. So they still exist, but as an Overstock subsidiary or something. And basically turned into a multi-level marketing scheme for a little while. I know they're still around because I still have like $5 of store credit, and they've been emailing me to try and use it. But yes, them giving me all that store credit was after the Overstock buyout, and they were like trying to get me to come back as a customer because I was using them for like towels and furniture and stuff for a little bit. And then yeah, they did kind of go under, and then Overstock bought them. Oh, there it is. Here we go. I think this is right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I've tried a few different methods of preparing coffee, but I always circle back around to just plain old drip coffee. I've tried French press. I've tried cold brew. But drip coffee is what I always come back to. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of cold brew. I like my coffee hot, and being cold alters the taste. Makes it like, ah, geez. Eyeball. Yeah, cold brew makes it like proper bitter, and yeah. I prefer just drip. Just plain old drip coffee. Wait, what the heck? What? Oh, I have this upside down. That doesn't help. Jeez. Need to draw mechs again. I need to learn how to draw mechs. I've never drawn like machines before. I've given it. Okay, that's not quite true. I've given it a couple of tries, but it's not my specialty. Yeah, I have a hard time like building that kind of thing in my head. If I have a 3D model to work with, I think I would be able to do okay, but to just build it from my head, I don't think I can. My head wants to do things in like organic shapes. Which, to be perfectly honest, is one reason why the Sundari is biotech. Originally they were going to use like proper like androids and stuff, and I didn't like drawing them. So tiny slugs it is. I don't like drawing robot stuff. I've actually briefly considered just like commissioning an artist to do robot stuff for me. But I kind of chicken out of that whenever I think about it. I don't know what I would use a mech for. They're not really a thing in my setting, and I don't know, for fun, I guess. Just went pivot hard into anime, the anatomy studies and working on puzzles and stuff never came back. Yeah, that's part of my thing. I specialize in like people. I don't even draw like armor particularly well. It's, yeah. I am starting to get good at backgrounds, though. At least I like to think that I am. I don't know. Every time I draw a background, I think, yes, this is better than last time, but it could be better still. It's weird because I think just doing a wall, just like a flat color, I don't think it looks very good. But then I'll read somebody else's comic where that's literally all they did, and it looks fine. I don't know why it doesn't look as good when it's mine. Okay, let's see. They want us to bend these knees. But yeah, I was going over some other comics today and like just paying attention to their backgrounds. And it's like their backgrounds is literally just flat shaded cubes and it looks amazing. Why Maybe it's just because it's my own art and I'm being like overly critical of it. Like, I'm willing to admit that that's probably the case. F15. By the way, the camera jiggle when I sand. The camera I bought has built-in stabilization, so that should help. I also want to see if I can mount that arm to something that isn't the table I'm working on. The ceiling? I don't think my parents would appreciate me putting more holes in the walls. And or ceiling. Okay, let's see. This goes here. Okay. Then we need D13. We're actually almost done with the D runners. So exciting. We're getting close to being done with this thing. Of course, there is still quite a bit to do after the legs. Because there's like the whole backpack thing going on and some weapons and stuff, but we're getting there. Now I will say, like my goal has always been to make my art look like it could be a screenshot out of an anime. And so far, I've had someone ask me what show my characters are from. And one person mentioned that it could be a screenshot, like it looked like a screenshot. So that's very exciting. Still learning more things to make it look more authentic, though. Mostly shading tricks for like backgrounds and stuff. Cause oh, okay, here we go. There's a few things that I'm not totally sure how to shade appropriately. And it's surprisingly difficult to find good screenshots without like scrubbing through an actual show. Which maybe I need to start doing. Because looking for screenshots in Google is a adventure of frustration because Google refuses to just give me screenshots. Want to draw like 90s anime, but think I don't know if I want to go for like a specific era of anime. I do like the 90s aesthetic. So I do kind of wind up studying 90s anime a little bit. But I'm not like specifically after like copying that aesthetic. I just like I just sort of look at screenshots and try and find ones that I like. Pardon? The heck? Okay, that's just in the middle of the book for some reason. It's like, yeah, now that you're like halfway done with this thing, here's the painting guide. Lore? No, what? There is a little bit of lore, but it's the painting guide. So here's the mixing guides for the specific shades. So it tells you like the main body you want to mix 95% white with 5% blue. So on and so forth. And it's like, why did you put that in the middle of the book? Surely that should go at the end when you're actually done with the model. That is so bizarre. Okay, let's see. But anyway, yeah, I need to, I guess I need to actually, like, get some anime to study. Maybe start studying actual comics as well. I have a really bad habit of going like, I want to make a thing, and then like not doing any research. Like, I thought, you know, I want to make a comic. Should I read some comics first? Nah, it's fine. I'll just make a comic. Just get held up on the study. Comic book graphic novel book club. That would be kind of fun, actually. I was thinking, like, just grab a couple of webtoons. Because webtoons are done a little bit differently than a standard graphic novel. So I was thinking, like, grab a couple of webtoons and just sort of study. But, usually the way I learn is, like, I'll just sort of go for it, and then I'll look at what I drew and think, okay, I think I could improve on this bit. And then I'll study that bit for, like, the next piece that I draw. And it's that sort of iterative process that I've used since I started learning how to draw. Like, I don't really do, like, just study pieces very often. If I do, I usually just turn it into a full piece. I usually just sort of go, okay, I could improve on this, and then I'll research that, and then I'll implement that fix on the next thing I draw. And that's kind of how I handled the comic. I just sort of went for it, and then went, okay, this didn't really work out all that well, so I'll change how I did that. And yeah, about a year later, like, I've made quite a few improvements. Is that on all the way? I think it is. Huh. I mean, I will go ahead and say, like, I don't there's a lot of artists who feel like their art's not very good. I feel like being self-critical is healthy to a point, so long as it's done in the mindset of, like, okay, what can I improve on? Like, I'm perfectly willing to, like, look at my own artwork and think, yes, this looks professional. Like, I don't really put myself down, but I can also look at it and think, okay, I could have done this better, you know. And I feel like that's the healthy mentality to have. Like, you're looking for flaws in order to, like, fix them later. But not to a point where the flaws are all that you see. Because, you know, you want to improve. And to improve, you need to, like, see where your flaws are. Yeah, it's a balance. Okay, we are out of time, so we will leave that there. But yeah, it's a balance. Also, this thing is tall. Like, that's about how tall it's gonna be. This thing is big. Is that like DVD case size? I don't have a DVD case on me, but I do have a Switch case, which I believe is only slightly smaller than a DVD case. So, yeah. Bear in mind, too, there is a bit that will actually stick up above the head. So you've got this, this bit that sticks up, so it'll actually be a bit taller. By, quite a bit, actually. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it there. Let's see. See who we can raid. Well, let's go for... Why do I have people on my follow list where it doesn't say what they're streaming? What the heck? That is weird. Is that on purpose? Like, did you just... Okay, whatever. Let's raid Aries. Also, my biggest complaint about this new knock feature is that the knock button is right next to the name, and when I go to copy paste the name, I'm afraid I'll be clicking the knock button on accident. So far, that is my biggest complaint about that feature. Yeah, thank you all so much for coming in. Thank you, Nikki, for the raid, and super special thank you to our patrons. Those are Komi, Laurel, Elks, Shades, Norm, Rainy, and Z. We will be continuing with RimWorld tomorrow. So, come on in for that. And I will see you then. So you guys have a good night. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.